Have you ever wondered what subtle signals a woman sends when she's truly interested in you? Many men miss these cues, but understanding them can give you a powerful advantage in the dating world. In this video, we'll break down 7 key phrases that women use to reveal their attraction, some of which are so subtle, you might not even notice. By the end of this video, you'll not only know how to recognize these signs, but also learn how to respond with confidence, deepening the connection between you two. Trust me, you don't want to miss out on the last 2 phrases. They're the most revealing and can completely change the dynamic of your interactions. Stick around, and you'll discover how to turn these subtle hints into meaningful opportunities. If you are not subscribed, I recommend subscribing and activating the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support means a lot to me, and if you enjoyed this video, you can help me continue spreading the valuable lessons by liking and sharing it. Number 1. I am attracted to this part of your body. Let's dive even deeper into the profound impact of this statement. I am attracted to this part of your body. This simple phrase, though seemingly harmless, carries an enormous emotional weight. It transcends casual conversation and taps into a much deeper, more intimate level of human connection. When a woman uses such a statement, she is making herself vulnerable, opening a door to a shared moment of intimacy. This is not just about physical attraction. It's an emotional and psychological invitation to connect on a more profound level, where words and gestures intertwine in a dance that is both subtle and powerful. Imagine you're on a date, perhaps sitting close to each other, and the conversation flows effortlessly. As she looks at you, there's a moment where her eyes shift from your face and land on a specific part of your body. Maybe your arms, shoulders, or hands. Her gaze lingers, her voice softens, and she says, "I like your arms." But this isn't just a fleeting compliment. As she speaks, she gently places her hand on your arm, her touch light but intentional. In that instant, the atmosphere around you changes. The air becomes charged with a silent tension, a magnetic pull that draws the two of you closer. It's no longer just about words. Her touch, her gaze, and her tone all combine to form a deeper layer of communication. This kind of compliment, accompanied by physical touch, is much more than a surface-level acknowledgement of your appearance. It's her way of expressing not only admiration but also desire. It's a subtle yet powerful signal that she feels safe enough to break down barriers and move into a space where vulnerability and attraction coexist. Her fingers grazing your arm, the warmth of her hand against your skin. It's as if she's telling you, "I want to connect with you, to feel closer to you." In this moment, the compliment goes beyond the physical realm and enters a space where emotions and sensations blend, creating an atmosphere ripe for deepening your bond. This kind of moment requires careful attention and sensitivity on your part. Acknowledge the compliment, not just with words, but with your energy. A warm, genuine smile, eye contact that lingers a little longer, and a soft return of her gesture can communicate volumes without needing to say much. For example, gently touching her hand or arm in return signals that you recognize her vulnerability and are responding in kind, matching her openness with your own. It's crucial to remember that physical touch in these moments must be gentle and respectful, as this is not just about desire, it's about creating a safe and mutual exchange of affection. By responding in this way, you're not only affirming her attraction but also showing that you're attuned to her emotional cues. You're creating a space where both of you can feel safe to express yourselves, not just through words but through touch and body language. This reciprocity, her compliment, her touch, your acknowledgement, and your return of affection, builds a powerful emotional connection that can lead to greater intimacy. It's like laying the foundation for something deeper, where trust, attraction, and mutual respect intertwine. Let's take this scenario even further. Imagine that after this initial exchange, the conversation naturally shifts into more personal topics. The atmosphere remains charged with the energy of that shared moment, but now there's a new layer of emotional openness. Her initial compliment, paired with physical contact, was the catalyst for this deeper connection. Now, as the evening progresses, there's a tangible sense of closeness between you. Every shared smile, every glance, and every brush of skin against skin builds upon that initial spark, creating an unspoken understanding between the two of you. In this kind of interaction, it's essential to remain fully present and to be aware of the subtle shifts in energy and mood. The emotional depth of a moment like this goes far beyond physical attraction. It's about creating an emotional space where both of you feel understood and appreciated. Her compliment on your physical appearance was just the beginning, a gateway to something much more profound. When you respond with equal vulnerability, You're opening yourself up to a deeper emotional experience, one where mutual attraction is nurtured, not just in a physical sense, but in an emotional and psychological one as well. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. This entire interaction, from the moment she compliments you to the exchange of touch, to the quiet, charged atmosphere that follows, is an intricate dance of emotions. It's a moment where two people, through simple words and gestures, can create a powerful emotional connection that lingers long after the physical touch fades. By being aware of the deeper layers of communication at play, you can turn a simple compliment into the foundation of a lasting bond, where emotional intimacy flourishes alongside physical attraction. In these moments, the goal is not to rush toward a conclusion but to savor the emotional richness of the experience. Every touch, every word, every glance adds to the emotional tapestry you're both weaving together. This is the beauty of human connection. When two people can share a moment that transcends words, touching not just each other's bodies, but each other's hearts. Number 2. I suggest we find a more private place. When a woman says, "I suggest we find a more private place," she is offering a significant, emotionally charged invitation. This isn't just a casual suggestion. It's a clear and powerful indication that she feels comfortable enough with you to want to take things to a deeper level, both emotionally and physically. In moments like these, the subtext of her words carries immense weight. She is, in essence, inviting you into a space of shared vulnerability and intimacy, where the two of you can connect away from the distractions and eyes of the outside world. This is a pivotal moment in your interaction, one that requires careful attention, emotional intelligence, and respect. Picture this scenario. You've just finished a lovely dinner together, where the conversation flowed effortlessly and the chemistry between you was undeniable. There's a warmth in the air, a connection that's been building throughout the evening. As you walk out of the restaurant, she turns to you, her voice soft but filled with intention, and suggests, "Maybe we should go somewhere more private." At that moment, her words are not just about finding a quieter place to talk. There's a deeper meaning, an unspoken desire for closeness that she is courageously expressing. It's a delicate moment where she is allowing herself to be vulnerable with you, hoping you will recognize and honor her openness. It's important to understand that when she makes the suggestion, it's not merely about changing locations. It's about creating a space where she feels safe to deepen the connection. This is an invitation to explore each other's emotions, desires, and perhaps even physical attraction in a setting that allows for intimacy. In this context, intimacy doesn't necessarily mean a physical relationship. It can also mean sharing thoughts, feelings, and experiences that are more personal and more private. Your response at this moment is crucial. Instead of reacting immediately or taking her suggestion at face value, take a moment to understand the emotional weight of what she's offering. She's not just inviting you to be alone with her, she's inviting you to share in a deeper experience, to build a connection that moves beyond the superficial. Acknowledging this with care and respect is essential to strengthen the bond between you. You might respond by gently suggesting a place where you can both feel comfortable and have a meaningful conversation, or you could acknowledge her desire for privacy by simply asking her what kind of space she has in mind. This way, you're not only showing that you're in tune with her needs, but also making it clear that you respect her boundaries and are willing to go at her pace. Imagine this moment unfolding even further. After she makes the suggestion, the two of you find yourselves in a more intimate setting, perhaps a quiet park bench under the stars or a cozy corner of a quiet bar. The mood shifts as the noise of the outside world fades, and the only thing that matters is the space you've created between each other. Her earlier suggestion was more than just words. It was an emotional signal that she wants to feel close to you, to experience a kind of connection that isn't possible in crowded, public spaces. At this point, it's important to be fully present, to listen not just to her words but to the energy between you. Does she seem relaxed, comfortable, and open? Is she leaning into the conversation, her body language reflecting a desire for closeness? These are the moments where nonverbal communication speaks louder than words. Maybe she reaches for your hand, or maybe her eyes linger on yours a little longer than before. It's in these subtle moments that the true meaning of her earlier suggestion unfolds. She wants to be close to you, to feel understood, valued, and connected on a deeper level. Responding to her in a way that mirrors this openness is key. A warm, gentle touch on her hand or shoulder, a soft smile, or even a quiet moment of shared silence can communicate that you're right there with her, emotionally and physically. You're not rushing to the next step, but instead, savoring the depth of the connection you're building. It's about creating an atmosphere where she feels completely at ease, knowing that her vulnerability is met with respect and understanding. In this more private setting, the conversation may naturally evolve into something deeper. Sharing personal stories, discussing dreams or fears, or even just enjoying the quiet presence of each other without the need for constant conversation. These are the moments where intimacy grows, where the emotional bond between you strengthens in a way that can't be replicated in more public, noisy environments. Your willingness to meet her suggestion with thoughtfulness and care will not only deepen her trust in you but also signal that you are someone who understands the importance of emotional connection. You're not simply seizing the moment for physical closeness. You're recognizing the emotional landscape that she has opened up and navigating it with respect and empathy. This creates a foundation for a relationship built on mutual understanding and desire, where both of you feel seen, heard, and valued. Ultimately, when a woman suggests finding a more private place, she is giving you a gift, the opportunity to deepen your connection, to move from the surface level into something more profound. By responding with warmth, thoughtfulness, and respect, you're not just accepting her invitation. You're embracing the chance to build something truly meaningful together. And that, in itself, is one of the most powerful ways to strengthen the bond between two people. Number 3. I trust my abilities in this area. When a woman confidently states, "I trust my abilities in this area," she is doing much more than simply talking about a particular skill. In reality, she's sending a subtle yet powerful signal of her interest in you. This phrase is layered with meaning and intention. It's not just about showcasing her competence, but rather an indirect way of inviting you to explore something deeper, something more intimate. It's crucial to understand that this statement goes beyond mere self-promotion or casual conversation. She's using this moment to subtly provoke your curiosity and perhaps even challenge you to engage with her on a more personal level. To fully grasp the weight of her words, you need to look beyond the surface. When she says she's confident in a specific area, whether it's a skill, talent, or expertise, it's not just about competence. It's about demonstrating a side of herself that she wants you to see, one that is capable, self-assured, and possibly even seductive. Her words are designed to pique your interest, to make you wonder what lies beneath her confidence. It's almost as if she's daring you to find out, to step closer, and to explore the depths of her abilities, both in the literal sense and in a more personal, emotional way. Imagine this scenario. You're engaged in a conversation, perhaps discussing a mutual interest or topic that requires some level of skill or knowledge. She confidently says, "I'm really good in this area," with a slight smile and a glint in her eye. This isn't just a casual remark. There's an underlying message here. She's not just stating her expertise. She's inviting you to engage with her, to be curious about her abilities, and perhaps even to challenge her. Her tone, her body language, and her words are all part of a delicate dance of seduction, one where she's showing you that she's not only capable but also eager to show you what she can do. In this moment, it's essential to read between the lines. This isn't about sleeping or mundane skills. It's about connection, intimacy, and trust. By expressing her confidence, she's signaling that she wants to share more of herself with you. She's subtly asking for your attention, your interest, and perhaps even your admiration. Recognizing this as a covert invitation is key to understanding the nuances of female communication in this context. Women often communicate in ways that are more layered and complex than they seem, and this statement is no exception. She's showing you a part of herself that is both confident and vulnerable, daring you to explore it further. Now, let's dive deeper into the emotional weight of her words. When a woman says, "I'm good in this area," she is, in essence, putting herself out there. She's revealing a part of her that she's proud of and inviting you to acknowledge it. This kind of confidence is incredibly attractive because it shows that she's comfortable in her skin and willing to take risks by sharing her strengths with you. But beyond that, there's a certain vulnerability in her words. She's opening herself up to your judgment, hoping that you will not only recognize her competence but also be intrigued by it. In response, you have an opportunity to deepen the connection by acknowledging her confidence and expressing your curiosity. You could playfully challenge her, perhaps asking her to demonstrate her skill or to elaborate on why she feels so confident. This kind of playful banter can build chemistry and create a space where both of you feel comfortable exploring each other's strengths and vulnerabilities. By engaging with her in this way, you're not only validating her confidence but also showing that you're interested in more than just surface-level conversation. You're showing her that you see her, that you're intrigued by her abilities, and that you're willing to meet her where she is, confident, capable, and eager to connect. Let's take this scenario even further. After she expresses her confidence, the conversation shifts into a more personal, intimate direction. Maybe you start discussing past experiences, times when you've both had to rely on your abilities to navigate a challenge or overcome an obstacle. The more she opens up, the more you realize that her initial statement, "I'm good in this area," wasn't just about her skill set. It was an invitation to explore her personality, her strengths, and her desires on a much deeper level. By acknowledging this and engaging with her in a way that's both respectful and curious, you're creating a space where the two of you can connect emotionally and intellectually. Understanding the subtlety behind her words allows you to better interpret her signals and strengthen the bond between you. Women often use indirect communication to express their feelings and desires, and it's important to recognize these cues. When she says she's confident in a particular area, it's not just about impressing you. It's about inviting you into her world, giving you a glimpse of who she is and what she's capable of. Responding to this with interest, curiosity, and respect will not only deepen your connection but also build a foundation of trust and mutual admiration. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 2 below to let me know that you are still here with me. In essence, this seemingly simple statement, "I trust my abilities in this area," is much more than it appears. It's a carefully crafted expression of confidence, vulnerability, and desire. By recognizing the emotional layers behind her words and responding with openness and curiosity, you're stepping into a deeper level of connection, one that transcends mere conversation and moves into the realm of emotional and intellectual intimacy. This is the kind of interaction that can lay the groundwork for a powerful, lasting bond, one built on trust, respect, and mutual admiration. Number 4. I feel a temperature rise. The phrase, "I feel a temperature rise," may seem innocent on the surface, but when spoken at the right moment, it carries a weight far beyond the physical environment. Often overlooked or taken literally, this subtle expression can be a powerful indicator of growing attraction and desire. It's not just about the room getting warmer, it's about the unspoken emotions simmering beneath the surface, the energy between you two that is beginning to intensify. This is a moment where words are used as a veil for something deeper, something that hints at the growing chemistry between you. When a woman makes a statement like this, she's inviting you to read between the lines, to tune into the emotions that aren't explicitly spoken but are palpably present. She's expressing that she feels more than just comfortable in your presence. There's a spark, a rising tension that is edging closer to the surface. The temperature she's referring to is not just external. It's internal, reflecting a shift in the dynamic between you two. It's a subtle, indirect way of letting you know that she's feeling the same connection, the same pull, and she's curious to see if you're on the same wavelength. At this moment, your response is crucial. How you react can either deepen the connection or cause the moment to fizzle out. A simple, genuine smile can speak volumes, showing her that you've picked up on the unspoken message. It's not about rushing to respond verbally, but more about being present, recognizing the shift, and responding in a way that nurtures the energy between you two. A soft laugh or a gentle movement closer signals that you're not only aware of the heat between you, but that you're open to exploring it further. Let's imagine you're in a cozy, dimly lit space, perhaps after an evening of good conversation and laughter. As she softly says, "I feel a temperature rise," her tone is playful, but there's an underlying seriousness, a hint of intrigue. She's not talking about the room getting warmer. She's talking about the chemistry between you that's becoming impossible to ignore. This is where subtle communication comes into play. Instead of taking her words literally, you could respond with a playful yet knowing comment like, "Maybe we should shed a few layers, or find somewhere cooler," said with a soft smile. This kind of response shows that you're in tune with the playful yet intimate nature of her statement. You're acknowledging her words, but also pushing the conversation toward a deeper, more emotionally charged space. What's important here is that your response remains respectful and attentive to the energy she's giving off. You're not just reacting to the words, you're reacting to the feeling behind them. By offering a light-hearted comment, coupled with a subtle action like moving a little closer or maintaining eye contact, you're showing her that you're receptive to the connection she's hinting at. The goal here isn't to rush things or make bold moves. It's about building on the moment, letting the interaction unfold naturally. In this dance of subtle communication, every word and gesture matters. Her statement about feeling the temperature rise is her way of gauging where you stand emotionally and physically. By responding with a thoughtful, playful gesture, you show that you're not just hearing her, you're feeling the same energy. You're showing her that you're not afraid to explore the chemistry building between you, but you're also doing so in a way that's respectful and considerate of her pace. As the conversation continues, you might notice her becoming even more comfortable, her body language relaxing, her smiles lingering a little longer. That's because your response didn't just acknowledge her words, it validated her emotions. It signaled that you're both on the same page, that you've noticed the subtle shifts in the energy between you, and that you're open to where this connection might lead. Often, it's these small, seemingly insignificant moments that act as doorways to something much deeper. The beauty of this kind of interaction is that it's not about overt declarations or grand gestures. It's about the subtleties, the unspoken communication that happens through smiles, glances, and soft words. It's about recognizing the emotional temperature in the room and responding in a way that nurtures that connection. When she says, "I feel a temperature rise," she's testing the waters, seeing if you feel the same unspoken attraction. Your job is to show her, through your words and actions, that you've noticed and that you're equally open to exploring it. This kind of exchange, where subtle signals are exchanged and built upon, creates a foundation for a deeper connection. It's the give and take, the reading of each other's cues, that forms the basis of a relationship built on mutual respect, attraction, and understanding. By recognizing her subtle invitation and responding in kind, you're setting the stage for the conversation and the connection to deepen even further. Remember, it's often the subtle moments like these that open the door to something greater. The simple phrase, "I feel a temperature rise," might seem inconsequential, but it's an emotionally charged invitation to explore the chemistry between you. How you respond to it can either strengthen the bond or let the moment pass unnoticed. By being attentive, playful, and thoughtful in your response, you show her that you're tuned in to the deeper connection she's hinting at. And in doing so, you allow the two of you to move closer, not just physically, but emotionally as well. Number 5. She starts to speak in a flirtatious or playful manner. When a woman begins to speak in a flirtatious or playful manner, it's a powerful and telling sign of her growing interest and comfort around you. This shift in her tone is not something that happens with everyone. It's reserved for those she feels particularly drawn to. When a woman reaches this level of playful communication, it reflects both her confidence and a desire to step into a more intimate dynamic. She's signaling to you, in a subtle yet impactful way, that she's interested in exploring something more than just a casual connection. Flirtation is not just about having fun or being lighthearted. In this context, it's a form of communication that allows her to reveal a side of herself that is more daring, more open, and more emotionally available. It's as if she's testing the waters, playfully gauging your reaction, while also showing you that she sees you as someone she can be vulnerable with, someone worth her effort. Every word she chooses, every mischievous smile, and every teasing comment is an invitation for you to step into a deeper, more meaningful interaction. Imagine the two of you sitting together, the conversation flowing effortlessly. Suddenly, her tone changes. She starts to use playful, teasing language, maybe making a joke at your expense in a way that's flirtatious rather than insulting. Her eyes light up, and there's a spark of energy between you. This shift in her communication style is no accident. It's a deliberate choice, a way of signaling that she's comfortable enough to let her guard down and show you a more fun, adventurous side of herself. This kind of flirtatious banter is much more than just surface-level playfulness. It's a way for her to subtly communicate her interest in you while also inviting you to engage with her on the same level. Every teasing remark or playful challenge she throws your way is an opportunity for you to respond in kind, to meet her with the same level of wit and warmth. By doing so, you're not only acknowledging her invitation but also showing that you're equally invested in building this connection. It's important to note that when a woman adopts this playful tone, she's testing the emotional waters. She wants to see if you're comfortable enough to play along, to engage with her in this lighthearted yet emotionally charged way. Your response is key here. If you meet her playfulness with the same energy, it shows that you're attuned to her signals and that you're willing to engage in this deeper, more flirtatious dynamic. A well-timed joke, a playful retort, or even a mischievous smile can go a long way in building the chemistry between you. But it's not just about mirroring her tone, it's about understanding the emotional depth behind her playful words. When a woman starts speaking in a flirtatious manner, she's doing more than just trying to make you laugh. She's revealing her interest, showing you that she's comfortable enough to let down her guard and invite you into a more intimate interaction. This kind of playful banter allows her to express her desire in a way that feels safe and fun, while also giving you the chance to reciprocate. For example, let's say she playfully teases you about something, maybe your choice of drink or a comment you made earlier. Instead of taking it too seriously, you can respond with a light-hearted remark that matches her energy. You might say something like, "Well, I guess I'll have to let you choose my next drink since you seem to know all the secrets." This kind of response shows that you're paying attention to her, that you're willing to play along, and that you're interested in keeping the conversation light and flirtatious. As the conversation continues, you may notice that her body language starts to shift as well. Playful touches, lingering eye contact, or even a soft laugh that lingers a little too long. These are all signs that her interest is growing. Her flirtatious tone is just the beginning. It's her way of inviting you into a space where emotional and physical closeness is possible. When you recognize this change in her communication, you're being invited into a deeper and more special territory. Flirtation, after all, is not just about words, it's about energy. It's about creating a space where both of you can explore the chemistry between you without the pressure of making things too serious too quickly. It's a way of building tension, of allowing attraction to grow organically, through playful exchanges and teasing banter. What's important to remember in these moments is that every playful word, every teasing smile, and every mischievous gesture is a way for her to reveal her interest in you. She's letting you in on a more intimate side of herself, one that's confident, fun, and daring. By responding in a way that mirrors her energy, playful, respectful, and engaged, you're not only acknowledging her signals but also showing that you're interested in exploring this connection further. In the end, flirtation is a delicate game of give and take. It's about reading her cues, responding in a way that feels natural, and allowing the connection to build through these playful interactions. The more you engage with her on this level, the deeper the bond between you will grow. It's through this kind of light-hearted, flirtatious communication that relationships often take root, where emotional attraction turns into something more, something lasting. So, the next time she adopts that flirtatious tone, recognize it for what it is. An invitation to explore something deeper, a chance to connect on a more intimate, emotionally charged level. Number 6. Do you like how I look? When a woman asks, "Do you like how I look?" it is far more than a simple request for validation about her appearance. This question is layered with emotion and reveals her desire to connect with you on a deeper, more intimate level. It's not just about receiving a compliment on her physical features. It's an invitation for you to recognize and appreciate her in a way that goes beyond the surface. At this moment, she is opening up, showing vulnerability, and seeking reassurance that she is not only physically attractive but also emotionally significant to you. This question is a window into her need for connection, intimacy, and affirmation that you see her as more than just someone across the table. She's asking you to look beyond the obvious and to truly notice her, to pay attention to the details that make her unique. When a woman poses this question, especially during a date or a quiet, personal moment, she's searching for more than just a quick yes. What she's asking is, "Do you see me? Do you feel the connection between us?" It's about creating a moment of shared closeness, one where the physical and emotional worlds intertwine. Imagine you're sitting together, maybe after dinner or during a quiet pause in the conversation, and she looks at you with curiosity and asks, "Do you like how I look?" It's a delicate moment, one where she is offering you a chance to affirm the bond that is forming between you. This is not the time for a generic answer. Instead, take a moment to genuinely observe her, to recognize the beauty in the details, the way her eyes light up when she smiles, the confidence in the way she carries herself, or the soft movement of her hair. These small details are what make her feel seen, appreciated, and desired. Responding thoughtfully to this question is essential. You want to show her that you truly see her, not just as someone who looks good, but as someone who captivates you. Instead of giving a simple, shallow response, you could say something like, "You look incredible, and the way you carry yourself makes you even more attractive." This kind of response not only acknowledges her beauty but also reflects that you're noticing the qualities beyond her physical appearance. It shows that you're present, engaged, and interested in who she is as a whole person. This exchange is more than just about looks, it's about intimacy. By asking how you feel about her appearance, she's also inviting you into a space where you can explore her deeper layers, both physically and emotionally. She wants to know if there's a mutual attraction, but she also wants to feel that there's more to the connection than just the physical. It's an opportunity for you to bridge the gap between the superficial and the meaningful, where words can lead to a deeper bond. As the conversation unfolds, you might notice that she's opening up even more. Maybe she leans in a little closer, her eyes holding yours for longer, or her tone becomes softer, more intimate. These are signs that your thoughtful response has struck the right chord. She feels seen, not just as someone attractive, but as someone worth getting to know on a deeper level. This exchange is about building trust, about showing her that you're genuinely interested in who she is beyond the surface. In this moment, the way you respond also helps set the tone for what comes next. By engaging with her on this level, you're signaling that you're open to exploring a deeper connection, one that includes emotional intimacy alongside physical attraction. Every glance, every smile, every word exchanged is building a foundation for something more significant. Her question, "Do you like how I look?" is just the beginning. It's an opening to a larger conversation about attraction, connection, and the potential for something meaningful between you two. Furthermore, her willingness to ask this question shows that she's comfortable enough with you to express vulnerability. She's letting you in, showing you a side of herself that isn't just about confidence or aesthetics, but about seeking your validation in a way that's emotionally charged. When you respond with sincerity and appreciation, you're not just complimenting her, you're affirming her trust in you. You're showing her that she can be open with you and that her vulnerability will be met with care and respect. As you navigate this moment, it's also important to pay attention to her body language and the energy between you. A soft smile, a gentle touch on her hand, or maintaining warm eye contact can further deepen the connection. These small gestures reinforce your words and create an atmosphere where both of you can feel more comfortable exploring the attraction and emotional connection growing between you. Ultimately, this question is about much more than how she looks. It's about how you see her. It's an invitation to recognize not only her physical beauty but the deeper aspects of her that she wants to share with you. By responding with thoughtfulness and sincerity, you're not only affirming her attractiveness but also acknowledging the emotional connection that is forming between you two. This moment, though simple on the surface, can be the beginning of something deeper. Something rooted in mutual understanding, attraction, and emotional intimacy. In the end, it's often these seemingly small, intimate exchanges that create the foundation for a lasting connection. When a woman asks, "Do you like how I look?" she's giving you the chance to affirm her beauty, yes, but more importantly, to affirm the bond that is forming between you. Your response can either strengthen that bond or let the moment slip away. By recognizing the deeper meaning behind her words, you're stepping into a space where physical attraction meets emotional intimacy, and that's where true connections are made. Number 7. You look great today. When a woman says, "You look great today," it might seem like a simple compliment, but in reality, it often carries much deeper meaning. This phrase, though straightforward, is a clear sign of her interest in you. In a world where direct compliments on appearance are often rare, especially when there's a deeper attraction at play, hearing a woman compliment you like this should be seen as an opportunity to recognize her feelings. She's not just acknowledging how you look, she's subtly expressing her desire to connect with you on a more personal level. At this moment, it's important to fully absorb the compliment and let yourself feel attractive and desired. Her words aren't just casual observations. They are an opening for something more. It's an invitation for you to notice her interest and reciprocate it. When you respond, it doesn't have to be verbal. Sometimes, your body language can communicate even more effectively. A genuine, warm smile, maintaining eye contact, or even a gentle touch on her arm can speak volumes. These subtle actions let her know that you've picked up on her signal and that you share the same interests. When a woman tells you that you look great, she's offering more than just a compliment. She's giving you an implicit invitation to move closer, to deepen the connection between you two. Your response, especially through nonverbal cues, can enhance the moment. A soft smile, a lingering gaze, or shifting your body a little closer to hers creates an atmosphere where attraction and intimacy can naturally build. It's about more than just the words. It's about how you choose to respond emotionally and physically to her expression of interest. Imagine this scenario. You're out together, perhaps on a casual date or during a moment of conversation, and she looks at you and says, "You look great today." In this moment, she's not just talking about your clothes or your grooming. She's recognizing something about you that she finds attractive. It's a compliment that carries with it the potential for something more. Instead of just brushing it off or responding quickly with a simple thanks, this is your opportunity to pause and appreciate the deeper meaning behind her words. You might respond with a smile that shows you've noticed her tone, or even a soft compliment in return. But the key is to acknowledge her compliment in a way that keeps the moment alive. Compliments like these are more than just about appearance. They are about creating a shared connection, a moment where both people feel seen and valued. When she tells you that you look great, she's also testing the waters to see how you'll respond. Whether you'll be receptive to her compliment and, by extension, her interest. Your ability to recognize this and respond with confidence, without overthinking, shows that you're emotionally attuned and interested in her as well. Even if you don't respond verbally, your body language can convey everything she needs to know. A subtle move closer to her, a brief touch on her arm or shoulder, or maintaining warm eye contact can all signal that you're equally drawn to her. It's through these small gestures that intimacy builds, allowing both of you to deepen your connection without having to spell it out. Often, words are not necessary for moments like these. What matters more is the emotional exchange, the energy between you that grows through subtle cues and shared looks. Now, understanding these signals is incredibly important when navigating attraction. Women often communicate interest in ways that are more subtle and indirect, and many men miss these cues, leaving potential connections unrealized. Compliments, especially ones like, "You look great today," are one of the key ways women express their desire without being overtly forward. It's a way for her to test the waters, to gauge your reaction, and to see if the connection between you can grow into something deeper. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 3 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Being able to recognize these signals and respond with confidence will set you apart. It shows that you are not only aware of her interest but also receptive to it. This awareness creates a sense of ease and flow in your interactions, allowing the relationship to develop naturally. Every playful comment, every warm compliment, and every shared smile becomes a building block towards something more meaningful. In the bigger picture, knowing how to pick up on these kinds of phrases will give you an advantage over other men who might overlook these subtle yet significant signals. Women often communicate their intentions in indirect ways, whether through compliments, playful banter, or other cues, and being able to recognize these moments can help you navigate relationships with greater understanding and confidence. Some of these signals are discreet, like a soft compliment about your appearance, while others might be more direct, depending on how attracted she is and how confident she feels in expressing it. Ultimately, paying attention to these phrases, like "You look great today," and responding appropriately, will help you build stronger, more authentic connections. It shows that you're not just focusing on the superficial but are tuned into the deeper emotional signals she's sending. By recognizing and appreciating these moments, you're creating a foundation for a more intimate and meaningful relationship. So, when you hear a compliment like this, don't just take it at face value. Understand that it's an invitation to engage, to show that you've noticed her interest, and that you're open to exploring where the connection between you could lead. With the right response, whether it's through words, body language, or both, you can turn a simple compliment into a deeper moment of connection, paving the way for a more profound and lasting bond between you. As we come to the end of this video, it's clear that subtle signals in communication can carry powerful messages. Whether it's through a compliment, playful banter, or a simple phrase like, "You look great today," these are often signs of deeper interest that many might overlook. So, what have you learned so far? Which of these subtle cues has caught your attention? We'd love to hear from you. Comment below and share one thing you've learned from this video that you'll put into practice in your life. How will you respond differently the next time you hear one of these phrases? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, please leave your thoughts below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more insightful content like this. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.